Hello, all you lovely people. My name is Duck Satan, and on this website, fucking channel, these are all done raw, done. Okay. On this channel, we will be reading the cringiest fanfictions I can find on websites such as Wattpad, DeviantArt, Creepypasta Wiki, Quota, yes, the website I'm currently on. It's not that cringy. But today, what makes this website cringy is this story. It's not just this story, it's so many others. It's called VoiceBox. A Tiki Toby fanfiction. Oh my god. That's terrible. Yawn. That is terrible. Alright. VoiceBox. A Tiki Toby fanfic. VoiceBox. A Tiki Toby love story. Chapter 1. The day my life changed forever started out like every other day. It was the same routine for the last 7 years, ever since I had turned 10. I woke up at 6 a.m., took a quick shower, tossed on my favorite black skinny jeans, a black Hollywood Undead t-shirt, my crimson hoodie, and my red and black running shoes. I pulled my long hair up in a ponytail, covered the bruises on my pale face with some makeup, grabbed my backpack for school, and woke up my 6-year-old little sister, Benna. I quickly got her dressed and ready for school. Feed her breakfast, and took her over to her babysitter. Luckily, her babysitter only lives a few houses down, so I had time to drop her off and rush back home to make breakfast for my parents. This person needs to put commas. Just like every day, I hope to have breakfast cooked and be out the door before my parents woke up. But once again, I was just a little too slow. As I finished cooking, my mother walked in and gave me her usual greeting, a punch to the stomach that dropped me to my knees and a swift kick in the ribs. Get your lazy ass up and clean up the mess you made in the kitchen, Shayla, you useless bitch, she said as she calmly sat down to eat the breakfast I had cooked. I nodded quickly and got to work on the kitchen, still hoping to get out there before my father came down. I'm just glad that I am able to protect Benna from our parents. As much as my mother's continual physical and emotional abuse hurt, it was nowhere near as bad as my father's punishments. I just had a punishment last night since Mother had to work late, and I didn't want to get another one after Mother left for work, so I cleaned as fast as I could. Luckily, that day I was able to get out before he came down, so for me it started out a better day than most. After catching the bus to school, I hurried to my locker. Once again, I hoped that I could avoid Jeannie in our group. Jeannie, her boyfriend Biff, Biff's boyfriend Joel, and Joel's girlfriend Roxanne were the biggest bullies in the school. They were also the head cheerleaders and the captain and quarterback of the football team, so of course the teachers' eyes, they could do nothing wrong. They had bullied me since 3rd grade, and the abuse from them got worse every year. I quickly grabbed my books for the first half of the day and started walking as quickly as I could without running to English class. Luckily, I made it to class without being caught. Unfortunately, I knew there would be no hiding from them after school. They had made sure of that the day before when they caused me to get detention. Jeannie had been beating me in the girls' locker room after gym class, and when she heard someone come in, she rammed her head into the locker and screamed. So, of course, everyone believed that I had been attacking her. I had tried for years to tell the teachers and principal what really happens between Jeannie, her friends, and me, but of course they never really believed me. No one believed me, probably because I had a couple disorders that made people think I'm a freak. It's not my fault that my eyes are 2 different colors. My right eye is a piercing light blue, like the color of a Siberian Husky's. My left eye is a bright emerald green. I also can't help that I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome when I was 10, shortly after my older sister, Rebecca, and I were in a car accident. I survived without any physical damage, but my sister didn't, and my parents always blame me for that. I can't help the twitching that happens or the spontaneous, low-pitched, sinister-sounding giggles that freak people out. Anyways, the day went on like usual. People either ignored me or made fun of me. At lunch, I sat in the library by myself. I never ate lunch at school. My parents wouldn't let me take lunch, nor would they give me money to buy one. After school, I went to detention. No one else was there today, so I had plenty of time to do my homework. I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it tonight. Mother and father would be waiting for me to come home from detention so they could beat me again. I knew that Benna would already be in bed by the time I got home, and I hoped that Mother and Father didn't hurt her while I wasn't there. I just hoped that Mother didn't leave me alone with Father again like the last time I got detention. I didn't think I could take Father's punishment 2 days in a row. I was still sore from the night before. Oh, God. Really. I really hated my life. If it wasn't for my need to protect Benna, I wouldn't have run away. I would have run away a long time ago. After detention, I tried to make a run for it, but as soon as I left school grounds, Biff and Joel grabbed me and dragged me to the nearby woods. I tried to scream and struggled to get away, but Joel punched me in the face and I lost consciousness for a few minutes. When I woke up, I found myself laying in a small clearing in the woods. I knew this clearing. I'd come out here a few times to escape from my life for a while. It was only about a 15-minute walk from home. I thought that if I could just get away, I could make it home before they caught me again, but then I saw Jeannie and Roxanne. I knew I couldn't get away from all of them. Well, what do we have here, Jeannie's shrill voice was so irritating as she smirked over Roxanne, Joel, and Biff. Looks like the freak tried to run again. Well, boys, I think it's time to get rid of that eyesore, don't you? Roxana chimed in as she handed Joel and Biff large curved skinners. Holy shit! The faint light from the unsettling sun made the blades gleam a menacing orange. Thanks, babe. You and Jeannie should head back to set up for the party tonight. Biff and I can handle this little slut. Joel chuckled as he sat on my stomach and almost playfully ran the blade down the side of my face, causing a shallow wound. I could feel the blood running down my cheek and into my hair, and I started twitching. My involuntary muscle spasms made Roxanne and Jeannie laugh. Well, have fun, boy. Just remember to clean up before you come to the party. Skank blood stinks, Jeannie said as she and Roxanne left. There was a silence for a few before Joel smirked up at Biff. You thinking what I'm thinking, bro? Bro? Joel asked. Yeah, let's have some fun with the little slut before we kill her. Biff's eyes were full of lust as he looked at me before turning and starting to walk away. You go ahead first, Joel. I know how much you love it when they fight back. I'll be over there. Call me when you're done, man. Sure thing, bro, Joel said with a grim chuckle. Now let's see what you hide under that hoodie of yours. As Joel started to rip my hoodie off, I started to struggle as my twitching got worse. They were going to punish me like Father did and then kill me. This is so Mary Sue. I can't help it. Jesus. Where was it? If I died, what happened to me could happen to my little sister. All the years of torture and anguish flooded through my mind as I struggled. The anger and hatred I felt for everyone but my little Benna built, and I suddenly felt stronger than I had ever before. The small voice in the back of my mind that would whisper to me in my dreams were suddenly loud and clear. We should all just die. We don't have to take this anymore, Shayla. Stop being weak and fight back. Kill them. Kill them all. And for once I did as she said. It moved too fast for Joel to counter. I rolled my hips and pinned him underneath me. Before he could call out to Biff for help, I sank my teeth into his throat and ripped it out, taking his VoiceBox with a large chunk of his throat. Has the author been watching freaking SpongeBob? He gurgled as his blood rushed out and the light started to fade from his eyes. The taste of his bloody vocal cords was so delicious that I sighed with pleasure as I devoured the delectable treat. I had never tasted anything so exquisite in my life. As I got off Joel's lifeless body, I noticed the skinner on the ground and picked it up. The blade was really beautiful. Good job, Shayla. That's good. Sweet girl. Now we just have to get rid of Biff and those so-called parents of yours. We'll leave the bitches for another day. I got up and silently walked in the direction Biff had gone. The twitching in my face and neck slowed down, and I knew it wouldn't be long before they stopped and the giggling started, so I went as fast as I could while staying silent. I crept on Biff as he leaned against a tree. I smirked when I saw that Biff had his pants down around his thighs, and he was moaning softly. Why is he jerking? His eyes shut open as I pressed one of the cold blades to his neck, and a look of horror came over his face as he saw me. I started giggling in a low and sinister tone as I smirked at him. Biff, 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 it looks like we caught you at a bad time, I whispered in his ear as I continued giggling. When he tried to move, I pressed the blade a little harder, causing blood to flow down his neck. Then I lifted the other Skinner so he could see it and slowly lowered it down to his deflated manhood. Oh dear, it seems you're not happy to see us right now. We thought you wanted to have a little fun with us, but I guess you're not in the mood. That's alright, though. We don't think you're going to need this anymore. With a quick flick of my wrist, I severed off the head that did Biff's thinking for him. Oh my god. But the voice in my head, and I giggled as he let out an agonized scream. I was a little hungry and tired of playing with this piece of shit in front of me. So while he was crying and screaming, I took the Skinner that had stolen his manhood and pierced his skull right between his eyes and into his brain. When he fell to the ground, I sank my teeth into his neck and tore out his vocal cords too. I moaned in ecstasy as I savored my new treat. Come now, Shayla. It's time to take care of the trash at home. Okay, I thought to the voice in my head as I headed home. So do you have a name? It would be awkward to call you hey you when I talked with you. You can call me VoiceBox. You know, you really should listen to me. Years ago when our father started punishing us. I'm sorry, VoiceBox. I couldn't hear you clearly until just now with Joel. I understand, Shayla dear. But you hear me now, and that is what is important. I will never let anyone hurt you again. When you need me, I will be here. Thank you, VoiceBox. We will have to run after Mother and Father. What should we do about Benna? We will take her to Grandmama and Grandpapa. They are the only ones we can trust to keep Benna safe. They would be appalled at what our parents have done to us if they knew. We finished the walk in silence. I decided to wait for Mother and Father to go to bed before killing them. As much as I wanted to make them suffer for everything they had done, I also just wanted to get rid of them, get Benna to our grandparents, and get out of there. Besides, there was also the chance that they could scream and alert the neighbors or wake up Benna. That was a risk I wasn't willing to take. Oh! First chapter done. How many chapters are there exactly? 12. Well, that was VoiceBox for you guys. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy the Mary Sue in it. It was terrible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.